Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Rachel of Gathered Plans. Forgive me, I just woke up, so I am going to try to do this voiceover and hopefully I don't sound too sleepy. But this kit is from Crafts by Thaowie. It's called Hello Fall. It's in gold and it's kind of a light um, champagne gold. I don't know how to describe it. I wouldn't say it's super light gold or traditional hot gold. It's definitely more like champagne. That's what I see and notice because comparing it to my other gold items and collections, I noticed it's just slightly different, but it's really pretty and it complements the lemons and oranges very, very well. Here I'm just cutting up the extension in the center of the bottom washi on the left side and making that go the full width. I pulled in these beautiful Dash of Sun design lace trims, and unfortunately they weren't the full width of the left side or the right side. So I had to improvise and trim one up so I could make it fit. I was basically just, playing Tetris at this point, but I think it turned out really beautiful. And the yellow gold or like champagne gold of that lace trim from Dash of Sun Designs matched really, really perfectly. So I had no idea what to do with my day cover section here. As you can see, I had some original things laid out. I thought I was going to use the torn paper at the top, just like I've done in the past several times, but I just wasn't feeling it. And this is the problem. Actually, Lauren and I talk about this where when we watch someone that we respect and adore and love their planning style and watch what they do with a kit, and then unfortunately haven't planned with that kit yet, you almost kind of want to try to erase the memory from your brain so you don't basically do the exact same thing as them, or you kind of go into it with a fresh mind. I don't know if that makes any sense, but for me, like I can't resist like when my friends upload videos, I'm on it. Like I instantaneously watch their videos. I love and support them and um, just really enjoy their videos. And I've been watching Lauren for so long as well, and she has made such an impact on my planning style, of course. But so I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to copy her. So I literally went and watched parts of her plan with me to make sure I wasn't doing the same thing in the sidebar. But I think it's kind of hard, and I wouldn't say hard, but I think it's kind of easy to mimic. I wouldn't say copy, but mimic someone else's style or whatever, like using the same sticker in a specific location, simply because when you have a lot of these journaling pages that have one major large piece, it makes sense to use something like that in the sidebar. And I just feel like that's very common, so it's kind of expected. I don't know if that makes any sense. That's just my thought process. But I didn't want to completely do exactly what she did because her and I were just talking about how she will put my she'll like hoard my plan with me's and save them until she's done planning with that kit or something so she can go into the plan with me with her fresh perspective and fresh mind. And I totally understand that. And it's going to happen. Like there's an overlap in kits and people using them that make videos and post on social media. It's bound to happen, right? But yeah, I just try to not be influenced, I guess is the right word, and really go into it with a fresh mind doing my own thing. So that was a super long tangent. I'm sorry. I hope you're enjoying seeing me struggle. But these headers were not cut all the way through, and that was very unfortunate and quite frustrating if I'm being honest. I'm not used to Crafts by Thaowie kits having this issue at all, so this is not a very common thing whatsoever. But all of these headers were not cut. You could see my head. I was trying to get so close to the sheet, and I was accidentally cutting off of the line. And that's the thing about cutting your own stuff. If you can't see the original cut lines or the impressions, it's really hard to know where to cut sometimes. So I did try to use a ruler for the second set of headers I end up using, but I still made it look wonky, and you'll see me kind of covering up my mistakes using the trims, and I think it turned out okay. I'm just you know, it was a whole thing and it took up so much time, but nevertheless, I got through it. Anyways, so I love what I did with the sidebar here. I'm obsessed with these stamps that have been coming in kits and like journaling pages. I think they are the most adorable thing. So I wanted to basically put the stamp within the Polaroid. So I put that in there at an angle and then I just trimmed it. So as you saw, I cut up the paper piece from one of the sheets so I could use the sticker paper backing as a place to hold my leftovers whenever I cut them and I don't want to ruin the sticker around it. That's the tricky thing about doing a lot of layering. So I highly recommend maybe just keeping a sheet of reusable sticker paper, like the backing. You can totally just save the ones from the kits that you use and just tear off all of the top like stickers and or the borders once you're done using all the stickers, and using that and keeping it by your desk when you plan. That way, if you don't have like a reusable sticker book, you can totally use what you have by just using the backing and recycling basically your sticker sheets. And this is a great way to protect the other stickers that are already laid down when you're playing around and doing a lot of layering. So anywho, I love what I did with the sidebar with the large leaf piece and the orange and lemon. I think it's so adorable, and I wanted to add some more of that blue and grid design, so I put that at the bottom. And I just really enjoyed all of the different elements and floral pieces and layering items that Tao has. I truly think like her florals are so spot on. I only needed 2 sheets and I didn't even use all of them. And then she also had a add-on with the floral trim and the individual like floral halves that you would put to fit the full width of a column. And here you can see me struggling so bad. I'm struggling so much with these headers, but it's okay. I managed to make it work. And here you can see me trying to use scissors, and when I was cutting them apart, trying to tear them, sometimes if there's enough of an impression, I think that's the right word, I don't know, but enough of a cut, or if it's deep enough, you can just pull apart the sticker and it'll, you know, just come apart if you just put a little bit of force. But unfortunately, I tried doing that and I ended up tearing it so much that some of the white of the backing of the sticker was, you know, peeping through and it was getting torn and it just wasn't cute. So here you can see me using what leftover trims I have from Dash of Sun Designs. I think there are only 4 or 5 strips on one sheet, so it's not a lot, I think, but it was enough to get through this entire kit or this entire spread. The only thing I couldn't do was use one for the top 2 full boxes on the first row, but I usually do this anyways. I have different headers and trims from my first row to the second and third row with the full boxes. This is just how I've always planned. I don't do like the double header thing, which is, you know, it's not bad if you do it. It's just never been my planning style, is all I'm saying. And I like the separation, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. It's like I talk a lot about cohesion and how I like my things to look pretty, you know, matchy, or the flow is good throughout the entire spread. But that is one thing that I like to differentiate. But I think it's simple enough that it's not like clashing with everything else, if that makes sense. Okay, so sorry, my voice is sounding very froggy, and if it is, I apologize. But okay, so on Monday I filmed a plan with me, and her kits also now come with the full sheet of icons instead of doing like the foiled boxes and such. They now come with foiled icons in addition to the colored and foiled icons that come with the kit already. But I liked the variation. What I would say is her colored icons that come with the kit are, for example, in this kit are only yellow, and I would have liked to see like orange and green, or having the different colors from the kit, the main colors in the kit spread out amongst her icons that are colored in the kit, just because I find that whenever I am layering with like an icon, or I want to layer with a colored icon to contrast the foiled icons, or I'd like to alternate, I find that if I'm using a yellow box, now I can't use a yellow icon on a yellow box because you're not going to see it, for example. So it would have just been nice to have different like a variation of colors within her icons that came with the kit. Other than that, I love that she even offers colored icons that are so detailed and, doodled. They're just so adorable. But here's the sheet of foiled icons that used to be a full sheet of, like a quarter sheet of boxes, dividers, and icons at the bottom. But now you just get a full sheet, or like a $2 Tuesday sheet of foiled icons, which I really do like. I've liked both options, to be honest with you. I feel like I've always used everything. Tao just has really great kits, and I enjoy her format a lot. I think it's like planning with her kits is so special because I feel like I have everything that I need, and I don't really pull from my collection. And as you can see here, I really only, because I use a lot of her icons anyways for my other spreads, so it was just so natural to, of course, use her icons with her kit. But I mainly only use like 2 or 3 other icons that might not have come with the kit or the add-on from my collection to supplement this spread. But other than that, I think I might have only pulled in some White Deer stationery icons that I didn't have that were foiled, or from Crafts by Thaowie, and then the Dash of Sun Designs trims. But other than that, I didn't pull in any like boxes from anywhere else. So it was pretty cool to have everything you needed in one kit, which is pretty impressive, honestly. But her style is just so, it's just so gorgeous as well, and I really do enjoy it. But anyways, with all that being said, I forgot to mention I do have a code. It's Rachel10 for 10% off of $25 or more. And Tao just recently updated my freebie, so if you're interested, please put my name in the notes to seller, and you'll get my freebie if you spend $25 or more. And it's foiled. I think she does random foil pulls, but I put a lot of usable icons that I feel like I use on a regular basis, so hopefully you all enjoy them. I do have it saved on my Instagram highlights if you're interested. But these dividers are from Sadie Stickers, and a lot of my accents are from Honey Inked, Miss and Meow, and Sadie Stickers. I usually, go between those shops for all of my accents and dots, and I think I have some from the Pretty Pink Co. as well. They're all pretty similar, so it's just really hard to tell where they have all come from, with the exception of the like more dainty dusted looking ones. Those are from Honey Inked. They're so dainty and small. They're supposed to be like snow, like dust or something, but it's just so gorgeous I couldn't resist. And of course these super dainty dot dividers from the Pretty Pink Co. I love those. I have Lauren to thank for introducing those to me. And okay, so let me get back to the plan. Sorry about that. On Monday, I had 3 meetings, and I floralized the icon there. That's something, I think Tay used the word floralize, so I really enjoy saying that. It's hard to say sometimes, but anyways, I did cardio on the elliptical, and I just relaxed in my hammock. I have a hammock inside my house, and it's really beautiful. It's in like my little boho plant reading nook area, and it's really relaxing. It's right by a window, so I sometimes will, excuse me, I sometimes will have the window open just to get some fresh air, and especially because it's fall right now, it's pretty cool outside, so we don't have any air conditioning or heaters on, so it's really good. I had a chicken sandwich. I like to call them chicken sandies. That's what Greg and I call them. Took Jace for a walk. And then on Tuesday, I was up at 5 a.m. I had a really early appointment that I needed to attend for work, and it was brutal. Let me tell you. I had to go so early, and it was a pain. But anyways, I drove there, and I just remembered this morning being tough because I could not sleep the night before, and I had to get up so early. So I got like 3 or 4 hours of sleep. And then I did some reading towards the end of the day, and Greg and I went to Baker's Crest for like a brunch. I had a wax appointment later that day, and the wax icons from White Deer Stationery, I love her icons. I might have to restock because I've been going frequently. Took Jace to a vet appointment on Wednesday, and had 2 meetings, marked all of my meetings with like a laptop. I thought that was pretty consistent. Did cardio, edited a plan with me, and then took Jace on a walk. I really enjoy using the leftover torn paper, the different heights and sizes and widths. I think it adds as kind of like a decorative element without having to use florals. or using a box, but it gives a little bit of that color, which is something I truly enjoy doing. So you'll see me using a lot of torn paper throughout. And I think I did this in my last plan with me where I kind of created my own torn paper using headers and things. And you can totally do that too. If you have a leftover box and even if there's some white peeping out or something, you can use florals to cover it, but it still gives you that torn paper look. Okay, so on Thursday, had another early day. Had to get up at 5 a.m. and then I'm sure that's normal for some people, especially if you work in specific industries, but it's not normal for me, at least as of late. So it was very rough. And I had another appointment that I had to go to. Took a nap. It was very much needed. And then grabbed Starbucks. I also have not been getting Starbucks as frequently as I used to, which is good for my wallet, right? But it's also also I was not getting the healthiest things I guess you could say. I got a lot of like sugary drinks, which, let me take that back. I wouldn't say all of my orders from Starbucks are super sugary because I usually get nitro cold brews, which are pretty bitter actually, but it just depends on my mood. I feel like it's kind of like a treat yourself kind of moment. But since I got my espresso machine, I've totally been loving it and obsessed with it. And honestly, this is gonna be like me tooting my own horn, but toot toot. I love the coffees I make. I think they taste so good, if not better sometimes than Starbucks. And also because I can see what I'm putting in it, which makes it significantly better, mindset wise and health wise, all that good stuff. But anyways, it's still a treat to go and get Starbucks. Don't get me wrong, especially when I'm in a crunch and running, like I don't have time. I will totally still make, I will still make a trip out to Starbucks. Let's see. Let me know in your comments below. What is your favorite Starbucks drink right now? I, for whatever reason, am not into pumpkin, like tasting anything right now. Like this year feels so weird to me. Fall doesn't really feel like fall. Halloween was weird. I feel like the rest of the year and the holidays are going to be kind of weird as well. I don't know. I still feel like there's this just weird cloud hovering over me and us. And I just feel weird. I don't know how to describe it. Something just feels off, like with the world and with everything we have going on. It's, I'm not surprised, right? But yeah, that is, I don't no idea. I can't speak right now. Sorry. I have no idea what I'm trying to say. But I digress. Okay. So Starbucks, did a cardio hit workout and walked with Jace. We watched She-Hulk and Thor Love and Thunder. Let me know if you liked that. I thought it was hilarious. The goat. Sorry. On Friday, I painted my nails. I decorated that so much. And probably because when I paint my nails, it is not, like, it's not just like I'm sitting there painting it and, or, doing a quick gel coat and like curing it and moving on. I've been super into doing like extensions and tips and same thing, tips, extensions, some nail art and doing different things with polygel and then dip powder and extensions. I played around with acrylic a little bit. I'm not as good at it and I struggle with it. I'm just gonna be honest with that. But it's something that I wish I was really good at and I'm sure it takes practice, but the monomer smell is just so bad. And I know there's another monomer that smells like flowers, but I can't take it. And I think the first time I ever did acrylic on myself, I actually did a pretty good job. So for me, it's the biggest thing is really just the monomer smell. I need to invest in the flower smelling monomer. But also I like to give my nails a break and not do like extensions all the time, but they do last very long and they're very sturdy. And sometimes I just miss like short nails and typing and doing everything and anything with short nails. So I just have my moods and my moments, but I love nail stuff. It's literally the number one thing I watch on YouTube is nail art tutorials and videos and their shorts. Like I love it. It's so calming, satisfying. I learn a lot. I learn about new products and things, and it's just really, really fun. It's a nice change in pace with a lot of planner stuff because if I'm being honest, I've been kind of in a planner rut lately and a little bit burnt out because I do YouTube. I have a business with my planner bestie that's planner related, right? And then I try to plan as a hobby still, and it is enjoyable. I have missed it sometimes, but life gets busy, man. And when life is busy, you don't even like think twice about it. You have no time. So it's unfortunate that whenever I do get busy and life gets busy, um, I just the first thing to go is my hobby, unfortunately. And I have to remind myself like this is still just a hobby and I should just still enjoy the process. So I do put a lot of pressure on myself, and my closest friends in the community know this. But it's really just has a lot to do with my personality, my work ethic, my perfectionist tendencies. You know, we're here. We're doing things. We're doing the best that we can. um, Anyways, so I went to the office on Friday, and I think I was working on a project with my teammates, and I grabbed lunch with them as well, which was really cool. Um, I did some reading and relaxing when I got home, and then I love when Jace comes in the hammock with me. It's the cutest thing in the entire world. It's very funny because it's awkward for him trying to get in the hammock, but when he's in there, he is snoozing, like he's out. And it's so relaxing and calming when he's laying on me and just like we're just hugging. I love it more than anything in the entire world. I'm obsessed with my dog. There's my big ol' head, but it's okay. On Saturday, I slept in. I used the chair that came with the kit or with the add-ons. It's so cute. I also love using like a half floral trim and covering the cut line with a script. The scripts are from Paper Trail Plans, of course, and I just think it looks so good. And it's a way to kind of cover the cut line, not perfectly, but it's enough where it's not like super obvious. You know what I mean? Okay, so what? Oh, by the way, while I'm putting this down, this little floral divider I'm making with the swatch, the super thin swatch, I'm obsessed with. I think it turned out really pretty. It was something different. I really wanted to use the other thin swatch on the second half of the spread because I used the first one in the month section, but it's too thin to write anything in. I could have used a script, but I really wanted to play around with using the deco and the the clip art florals. Okay, so on Saturday, talked to Tay on the phone. I read The Silent Patient. I'm pretty sure I finished it because I was reading it like all day. Usually when I'm halfway through a book, like I just like speed read the rest because it starts getting so good. And The Silent Patient is so good. I will say, out of all the books I've read so far, it's my favorite. It's still my number one. It's so good. Please read it. I wish they would make a movie out of it. I'm sure I think there are some rumors, if I remember correctly, that they are going to make a movie out of it or have talks of making a movie out of it. But I know there's like a dream cast out there. So honestly, please, 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 I'm putting this out into the world. Make a movie out of The Silent Patient. It is so good. It was written so beautifully and so well. Anyways, okay. Had sushi. I filled up Betty. I don't get gas very often, so when I do fill her up, I like to, mark that. And I love any reason to use my Jeep stickers. This one in particular is from Sadie Stickers as a custom. Both of them are customs from Panda Bird Design as well. And I love decorating the back with a little pumpkin. On Sunday, did cardio and stretched, uploaded a plan with me, had a pedicure and relaxed, put on some makeup, and then Greg and I had a beautiful, amazing day. We went to a museum and had lunch at our favorite Greek spot in the city, and it was just such a nice day to walk around with coffee and just go to a museum and have lunch. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.